So that was an interesting transfer window. We've managed to sign a few players, let a few go. It's been really, really hard. But the season preview still has us at 1,000 to 1 and odds on to get relegated at the bottom of the league. Let's roll the intro and see what business I've managed to pull off.
In the heart of northern Italy lies a town steeped in footballing history. Welcome to Vercelli, home to one of the most storied clubs in Italian football, Pro Vercelli. Languishing in the lower leagues as its once glittering legacy faded into obscurity. But now, a new chapter is about to be written. A chapter of redemption, revival, and triumph. Get ready to witness the rebirth of a footballing legend. This is Football Manager 24, the Pro Vercelli Chronicles.
Hello and welcome back to the Pro Vercelli Chronicles. So, the transfer window is still open, luckily, and we're still working on things. But as far as outs, 8-Bit has sadly gone. 30 years old, he was good, but we were offered, obviously, 4 million, I thought, was much needed and also gave us some money to spend. Then Semic went for 6k more to just get him off of the wage bill. He was never going to be anything. Sinazalo also left for 1.5 million. 25-year-old, didn't play played quite a lot in goal. I wanted a new goalkeeper. I've got a new goalkeeper. Oddly, Manchester City bought him. So he was valued quite low. I think it was 200k, and they offered like 300k for him. And I went, no, 1.5, and they instantly accepted. Just shows the stupidity of money, really, I guess. Calgara went for £1 million. 27-year-old Italian. Again, wasn't anything special. Getting £1 million I thought was quite good. Rogerio also left. He was only 2-star current ability, potentially up to 3-star. Never going to be good enough. And Notts County signed him for 130,000. And then a few loans out. Youngsters, Cordelo's gone out on loan. Mainly youngsters. Spinsay has gone out on loan because I managed to get a new striker. I think he could be quite good, but really needs game time, and hopefully can get it at Tristina and be a good thing. But that's to clear some of the wage budget mainly. And now the ins. Let me remove the wall which is there just to hide, because you're going to recognise a couple of players. Firstly, we managed to finally get Tossi in. He's unavailable at the moment because for some reason he's played for the under-20s, but he is a striker, 2.5-star current ability, 5-star potential ability. I paid a lot of money for him, 6.75 from Calgara, but I think at 19, he was 18 when we got him, I think, when I initially found him, because I tried to bring him in January and was unable to. He is going to be special, I sense. He is going to be our starting striker and hopefully can build from that. Next, over instalments and time, 9 million in total for Daniel Maldini, 3-star current ability, 4-star potential ability. We know what this guy can do. Obviously was on loan for us and played 36 times, getting 13 goals, 8 assists and 6 player of the matches. Went back and played for Dusseldorf in the second Bundesliga. Didn't play all the time, 15 games, mostly from the bench. But we've brought him back, and that I'm so happy we managed to bring him back. Probably did overspend for him a little bit, but he is valued between 8.8 and 10.5. So realistically, we spent his value. Next, we have Cardoso, who is our new goalkeeper. 3-star current ability, 5-star potential, Luxembourgian. He's 21 years old, and boy, is he an upgrade. Obviously younger, fitter, better at goalkeeping, probably will be something special. Has been playing for Borussia Mönchengladbach second team the last few years. Played reasonably well. I think he's more than deserving of this call-up and potential to be something that we could pretty much run the save on. I think the rest of the save could see this guy in goal for us. And lastly, on a free, Luke Romero, 3.5-star current ability, 4-star potential ability, Argentinian, but has got Spanish in his other nationalities, along with Mexican, so does qualify as EU-based. He's a right winger, left winger, central midfielder, attacking. I think he's going to be playing out on the right. Very, very good. Only 22. Bags of potential to improve. Was at Venezia last season in Serie B, but Milan signed him from Lazio, and he has actually played for Milan a couple of times, but the main thing is got bags of potential last season, and now I think he's ready for a full-time career in Serie A. Again, possibly a player that, if he does grow to his potential, could be here long term for us. So with all that happening, we're still working on other transfers. Apparently it's meant absolutely nothing, and we're still predicted to finish rock bottom. Now, this is an issue, I think, with reputation. We're only continental, we're only 3.5-star reputation, whereas the teams that came up are kind of the same reputation, so I think they're probably just slightly better than us rep-wise, which is why we're so far back, because I don't think our team is that far off. So, with that all being said, today we face Atlanta, and the team to do it is Cardoso in goal, with Murphy, Guarnio, Dakil and Fiera at the back. Trevitt and Mitev in midfield. Mitev obviously here on loan again this season. I sort of kept his loan going. Maldini, Greenwood and Romario behind Tossi up top. We're lacking in a bit of backup, but unfortunately for some reason, and it's happened to me once before in FM24, and I don't know why, I can't adjust. So I've got money to spend, but my wage bill is like 20,000 a month over, and I can't throw money into the wage bill at the moment. So I'm trying to get loans which are free on the wages side of things, but I'm paying fees for, which is slightly more difficult than you think it's going to be. But I think I may have one or two before the next game of the episode, because we will play 2 games today. It will be a slightly longer video, but I think it's needed. So, where do we think we're going to finish this season with everything being said? It's going to be interesting. It's probably going to be difficult. Let's see what happens today against probably a Champions League side. See if we can hold them off for as long as possible, but as long as possible ends up being just under 40 minutes. I think that is a goal. I don't think that's offside or anything. It is a goal. Grand. So we start off losing. That's the only issue that I do have, is are we good enough to kick off from the beginning? Are we a bit going to suffer and not get as many points early on as we did last season, and therefore get dragged into a bit of a relegation fight? I don't think it's going to be easy this season, by all means. I think I've had to, unfortunately, put a little bit on the never never because of... Is it onside? Yes, get it! I thought it was offside. Yes! Happy days. Oh no, it was onside. I legit thought that was offside. How good are we? I mean, are we going to struggle? I think we're probably going to struggle a little bit more this season than last season, because early on in the season we were playing really well and winning some games that we had no right to win. So that is interesting. And Cardoso manages to save. I just realised I don't know why it's white. But it's because it's reflecting off of the screen. Okay. I'll do that just so it's not too off-putting. Vieira plays it back to Dakil, Travitt to Greenwood, plays it out to Murphy, who's plays to Travitt, sort of tipped wide. Now, you've got to remember that actually when I put Murphy and Maldini both on that left-hand side, they actually had chemistry because they'd played together, obviously, for us a while ago. So that was an interesting thing that I forgot was a thing. But what we're going to do is throw Tossi out there, bring Mox on. Romano's coming off for Fizzy. Trivette is coming off and Helgerson could come on. And Zach is coming on at the right back. Freshening things up a little bit. We were looking a little bit leggy. And in fact, we're also going to bring on Sinano, our youngster, at left back as well. But here is Greenwood pushing through. Plays it to Mox, who shoots off the post. And that is why we wanted to get rid of him, really, was because he just had opportunities but just seemed to blast it against the post more often than not. And this result away against Atlanta gives me a lot of hope and should give everyone a little bit of hope. I'm proud. I am. You've done brilliantly, guys. Because, let's just see, Atlanta probably going to finish 6th. Finished 5th last season, so they're up the top half, and a way to get a draw is very, very good on our first game of the season. One thing I haven't shown you is our staff for a while. We got Robbie Fowler as our assistant manager. He's been here for a while now. Shay Given, goalkeeping coach. Paul Ince, Teddy Sheringham as coaches for the first team. Under 21s, have we got... No, maybe it was under 18s. I thought we had a couple more. But we will be looking at bringing in more staff, I think. I'm going to ask if I can have a couple more coaches, things like that. So we'll be bringing in some more staff. We've just let a load of recruitment staff go. So that's something else I'm working on. So we'll get that sorted out over the next couple of weeks. But let's move on and face... Is it Lecco? Lecce in the next game. I'll see you in a second. Welcome back. So we've made one change for the game today, and that's Mox up top. Tossi is out just for a few days. He's got a knock, as is Zach, so they're unable to play today. We're trying to get rid of some players, so we will see what's going on. Helgeson's asking for a new contract, and at the moment I can't give him one because our wage budget's too high. It's fun and games, excuse me. It's fun and games. That would be my breakfast repeating on me. If you're wondering, it was porridge. Because I was hungry when I woke up this morning. So after the first game, I'm quite positive about this season. But we need to start winning games like this if we are to push up the table. And not conceding silly goals is a big thing this season. I think our new goalkeeper will help with that. And obviously we've got some new defenders as well. Garino obviously coming in makes a big step into centre back position. Oof. And now we've got a spare centre back to play when one of these isn't, whereas last season we didn't really have that as much. The person coming in wasn't the best. But now we do. I think the few players that I've got brought in, all players for the first team, all meaning that reserve players like Mox, like now, Mox was a starting striker last season and did well. So this season being a backup is a big, big thing. I think in a couple of key positions, we've now got good backups. And again, over the last 2 years, the key for me has been trying to slowly cut back on some of the loans. Remember, in our first season, our squad was made up of a lot of loan players. So we're now using loans as more of a fill-in rather than a necessity, I suppose. But that wasn't good. There's Murphy, Guarnio, Trevitt, Mitev. Plays it out to Luca. Luca to Trevette to Maldini, who cuts inside. Luca Romaro with a great shot there, making it 2-1 and giving us back into the game. We need to keep that going. Come on, let's drop some encouragement. Here's Luca. Plays it to Fiera. Fiera's run through, plays it back to Trimmett, who puts it in, and it's a quick-fire double to bring us back to Desmond Tutu world. Happy days. From absolutely nowhere, we've pulled it back. And now we're going to drop some more encouragement, I think. Come on, boys. Let's try and get a third. We've got a throw in near enough exactly the same position. Luca turns, plays it in towards Maldini, who gets his header away, but it goes off the bench. And Cabba now running out, but Murphy's there to stop him. So good. This team I'm loving it at the moment. Like, I was just, before this season started, I was like, I know we've played 2 games, so yeah. But the players that I bought in, I was so happy with. Like, it is beyond belief, like, who I've managed to get, and I'm really ecstatic. And although it was difficult and we didn't necessarily get the players we needed completely because of financial struggling a little, well, not struggles, but because financially we couldn't. I was over the moon with the players we brought in. The 2 main ones, Maldini and Tossi, and also, I suppose, Cardoso, were all 3 that I went for. I knew about, obviously, Maldini and Tossi before the transfer window. They were my 2 main targets, and I got them both. Did I overspend? Maybe. Was it worth it? Definitely. So we are going to now make some changes. I have noticed that Greenwood is not looking too good. So Maldini's going to come in, and then we are going to play Fizzy on and swap Fizzy and Romaro over. We're also going to bring off Murphy for Pieri. And I'm thinking about Helgeson for Mitev as well. So made a few changes there, freshened things up. Again, we're starting to fall on not enough players. So we may look just to bring up a load of the youngsters just to fill out the bench, and they'll get the odd game time in games where we're playing well. We don't need necessarily a big change. Here's Pieri. Fitzy, you beauty! Yes! We've come back from 2-0 down with superb grit and determination. We're 3-2 up now. I thought it was a bit harsh that we went 3-2 down. We're going to drop some praise now. They deserve it. Who else have we got that we could bring in? Right back. Why not? We'll bring in our young right back for the last 5 minutes. Give him a little bit of game time. Is that Tyrone? It's a Mings. If that's Tyrone, I would have happily signed Tyrone Mings. I think the keeper had it covered. It is Tyrone. When did he join them? Obviously, former Ipswich player, Ipswich fan as well. So they got him on loan last season and then bought him for 1.3 million. Interesting. I would take Tyrone Mings. I like him. Right. That's a good result, boys. We're actually currently in Champions League position. So at the start of the episode, when we went 1-0 down to Atlanta, I thought we might be in trouble this season, but evidently we're not. So let's sort by date. When are we going to come back? I'm thinking we played 2 or 3 games off. We'll come back for Milan and Torino in the next episode. So if you've enjoyed that, please leave a like. Subscribe if you're new. I've been the Masked Manager, and until next time, I have spoken.